What's up, guys? Stas here. Welcome back to another video. As always, got my double espresso on deck. Cheers, by the way. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, as the stock market, well, has been all over the place today. We were down earlier in the day. Now we're creeping green, although the Dow and the Russell are still down. Well, I guess the Dow is pretty much at break even. The Russell's down 0.75% as the Qs are now going green, up 0.25%, and SPY's up about 0.1, 0.2%. So in this video, guys, we're going to break down the charts, go over what I'm looking to do. I want to give you all an update on a trade that I'm in right now, and we're going to break down some earnings from Shopify, from McDonald's, T-Mobile. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon for my portfolio updates. I just posted a full breakdown yesterday. We bought some more stocks, moved things around, and you get access to my private Discord. That's all linked down below on Patreon or pinned in the comments. And with that being said, cheers again, guys, and let's get into it. So at this point, again, we are green across the board, except for the Russell, which is down a little bit. Well, I guess 0.75% is more than a little bit. I guess the Dow is pretty much break even, down slightly. But forget about those two. I want to focus on the Qs here because we're at a critical spot on the charts, man. We are at 618 to 620. Well, I guess not right now, but that's where we were earlier in the day, and we got rejected, which 618, we got hit there this morning. We got hit there yesterday, on Monday, you name it. The last couple of days, that's been a critical spot on the Qs, and you're seeing it here on the 30-minute chart as well, which, again, we got hit there this morning, yesterday, and on Monday, and my alert's right there at 618. I'm thinking if that point breaks, we almost did it this morning, but we failed. But if we do break it, whether it's later today, tomorrow, Friday, I'm thinking we fill this gap slowly or fast, who knows, up to 630, 628, 630. That would be the next gap to fill. And would the Qs be out of the woods at that point? Would they be fully breaking out? Not necessarily. 330 is a major resistance, not just from a week or two ago, but also stemming back from the end of October, early November. So we got to get through that point. And SPY is putting up a fight as well right now at about the mid 600 or 690s rather. We can see if I zoom in, 695 to 700 is a big resistance, and we're pretty much there now. We're at 693. We're up 0.2%. We hit 697 in the morning. Then we had a crazy pull down to 689, about a 1.2% pullback. Now we're recovering off that low. We're breaking back over these moving averages. That is a good sign on the intraday. And on the 20-day, again, you can see how much of a resistance that 698 is. And it's got to break through, and I think it will. It ultimately will, and we're pushing it literally now. Whether we break out tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, I'm not a fortune teller, but the charts are pointing to a breakout. And yeah, the ascending triangles here, clear as day. This is bullish, guys. It's only a matter of time. So that's a quick rundown on the indices here. Silver is currently making a move again, up 5%. So the metals are creeping up. But keep in mind, guys, with silver here, be careful, I'm telling you, because this is broken down, or the momentum, the uptrend has broken. And we talked about that in the video, I think last week, whenever we last talked about silver, because look, we had a huge drop down, 40%. You guys know that. Then we had a relief rally, and we got nowhere near 100 or 120 where we were before. We got hit at a lower high, and look at where we are now. We're at another lower high. This spot right here is a big resistance. You're seeing it on silver. This is where we could get another bull trap. This could be another bull trap here where we are on silver. This rally that we saw from, where 63 an ounce to where we are now, 84 an ounce. Because keep in mind, it's the same thing that happened before. We hit 71 an ounce, then we saw a relief rally to 90. Then we took out the lows, 63. We got under 70 an ounce. Now we're up to 83, but we're failing to break through 90 an ounce. So I feel like this could fizzle out here. This silver rally could fizzle out, and we might be, going back to the low 80s, maybe high 70s, right, based on the chart. So silver's up, but I'm not too excited about it. Gold's up 1.75%. All right, so not crazy movement. I guess silver is making a decent move, but other than that, nothing too crazy is going on right now. It's almost like the moment of truth. We're waiting patiently. We did have some earnings from this morning, but actually, wait, before we cover that, let me do an update on my trade, an update, if I could talk, on my trade, guys, which is in MU. I bought MU at 374. You guys remember that? And all you in my Patreon, you get all my trades, investments, everything, buy, sell alerts in real time. You get all my portfolio updates. We covered that. I bought it at 374 a couple of days ago, and now we're up 8% on the day. We're over $400 a share, and this comes after we got news from, I think, JP Morgan. Was it? No, Morgan Stanley. It might have been Goldman Sachs. One of these guys, man. Who was it? Okay, Morgan Stanley. They maintained an overweight rating, and they raised their price target on MU from 350 to 450. They upped it by like 25%, whatever the math is, 25%, and MU is taking off on that news. And that helps me, considering, again, I'm in the stock as a trade right now, and for me, guys, I'm tempted to lock in the profits here. Originally, my target was 410. We actually hit that this morning, but I didn't have a limit sell-in, so I didn't get filled there. But at this point, I'm like, should I take the profit at 404, 403, or let it run? Because the way it's shaping up here, I feel like we might be running even more. And heading into NVIDIA's earnings, I think they're going to be very strong. And obviously, we're still seeing a shortage in memory chips here. Micron, big player there. I feel like we're going to get potentially more upside here in MU stock. Into that NVIDIA print, especially after NVIDIA, if their earnings are strong, that should help out Micron. But then again, it's like I might consider locking in the profit before that, because I can always re-enter, and I'm up almost $30 per share now, which is pretty good. So MU, I'm in that one. I might put a trailing stop on it after this video to kind of manage it a little bit better. But as of now, we are seeing a bounce off that 180 SMA and a push over the 50 SMA, which is overall very bullish and leading me to hold it. And overall, the fact that the Qs are flipping green, SPY's going, nicely green now, that leads me to hold this too. Or, I'm leaning towards holding it longer today at least. So let's do a quick rundown on these earnings quickly. We have Shopify, SHOP, tanking down 11% after earnings. And this thing's been whipsawing up, down, left, right, you name it. Shopify hit 145 a share before the print. Actually, no, right after the print, we hit 145. We went into earnings at about $130 a share, 128, and now we're down to 113. So this thing is down 20% from where it popped initially after earnings. And it looks like here they reported EPS adjusted of 48 cents. That missed the 51 cents expected on sales of $3.67 billion versus $3.59 billion. So mixed earnings out of Shopify. Did they give us guidance? Oh, wow, their guidance is good. Q1 sales, they see 3.09 billion versus, or to 3.13, so that little 0.04 billion range versus the 2.95 billion expected. So very good guidance out of Shopify for Q1. Looks like they delivered a powerful holiday quarter, blah, blah, blah. Initiated a $2 billion buyback. So what the heck? Why is the stock down 11%? I mean, I didn't dive too deep into the report, or I didn't look at it at all, quite frankly. This is the first time I'm glancing at these numbers, and I'm not in Shopify, nor am I really planning on buying it. But it's like, what's going on here? They slightly missed on adjusted EPS. That's probably why it's falling. But then again, they got it up for Q1. They beat revenue. So it's like, oh, this thing is just, it's an absolute disaster. These stocks have been hit so much year to date. It's just been a disaster. Look, this stock was literally at, I think, at $160 to start the year, 170. Think about that. A month ago, we were at 170. Now we're at 112. It's down 35%. At some point, the sell-off in these stocks, it's just overblown. And a lot of these, Shopifys of the world, the Spotifys, the CRMs, the Adobes, right? A lot of these sell-offs are getting a little too much. Let's see what McDonald's did. McDonald's reported earnings this morning. Their stock's unchanged, down a little bit. All right. Or wait, did they not report? Why is it not here? Uh-oh, guys. Did Thinkorswim just pump fake us here? I guess they didn't put the earnings here for McDonald's. But why? They usually always do that. I guess maybe McDonald's, they're not too big of fans of McDonald's. They're not tracking their earnings. But at this point, would I buy McDonald's stock? No, I think it is a little overbought in the short term, and it could see a Coca-Cola type sell-off. Well, now Coca-Cola is rebounding, but yesterday Coca-Cola dropped. Pepsi did as well, I believe, but now it's rebounding. So yeah, these stocks are getting overbought. Don't get suckered in. In my opinion, these will see a nasty drawdown, whether it's a month from now, a couple weeks from now, 3 months from now. I think they will. But as of now, they're hot as people are shifting out of these, tech AI stocks into companies that necessarily or that won't necessarily be disrupted by AI. That's interesting, right? People are getting out of these AI stocks that are doing the disrupting to get into stocks that won't be disrupted by AI, which is again doing the disrupting. I don't know. For me, guys, I want to be in the companies that are the disruptors, that are providing the growth for the future. Personally, that's not McDonald's, that's not Pepsi, that's not Coca-Cola for me. We also had earnings out of TMUS today, T-Mobile. The stock's up around 2%. They reported earnings per share. Let's see, I think they have T-Mobile's. Adjusted of $214 versus $206 expected on sales of $24.33 billion versus $24.18 billion. So double beat out of TMUS, pretty good. They see here revenue, service revenue seen at about $77 billion in 2026 and $80.5 to $81.5 billion in 2027. Pretty good guidance there. Blah, blah, blah. They're doing Q1 share repurchases up to $5 billion and adjusted free cash flow seen at $18.7 billion in 2026 and $19.5 to $20.5 billion in 2027. They added fewer postpaid phone subscribers than expected in Q4. Okay, seems like the stock doesn't care, or maybe that was priced in considering we're getting this rebound. But yeah, we're up 1.6%. It looks like TMUS for the first time since the summer is starting to break out, starting to reverse out of this downtrend. And I mean, it looks pretty good, honestly. We have a clear cup and handle on TMUS here. Cup handle, the breakout would come above 205, and I feel like we might be getting that based on the charts, based on the earnings here. So I'm going to set my alert at 205 and see where it goes from there. So that's pretty much it, guys, for the video. And there goes Micron, baby. Let's go. Now we're at 405. Micron is ripping towards my target, my initial target, at least 410. It looks like we're going for that again today, guys. That's looking good, so I'm loving that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. We're at, 65,000 subs. We're trying to get to 100,000 subs this year, guys, and it's not possible without you. So make sure to subscribe. Check out my Patreon for my portfolio updates, my trades, all of that posted live on Patreon every single week, guys, and there's a private Discord. If you're interested, it's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to StockSurfS.com/Patreon. Again, we called this out at $374 on Patreon, and now Micron's ripping to $406. So check it out. I'll see you guys in there. And with that being said, cheers. Have a great rest of your day.